we are live.
All right, what is up, beautiful people? It's Wolf Brother Methos.
And I'm Freak. Welcome to the show. It's awesome. Paint and chat.
And it is definitely a chill, casual paint and chat tonight. We're getting in some much-needed hobby time because neither Freak or I really had a chance to... Okay, that's a lie. We'll talk about that in a minute. But neither of us really got any hobby done through the week, and this is a perfect time, the eve before our intercontinental show, to actually squeeze in some hobby time tonight so we can actually have some hobby progress this week. Because I don't know about you, Freak, but I got a big fat goose eggs worth of hobby done this week.
Same.
We got some other stuff done, but, not necessarily hobby stuff.
Not hobby, but I would consider
hobby of a sort, right?
Yeah. So, but definitely fun.
Yeah, absolutely. Having a blast.
Sure, yes, sir. So what are you working on for tonight?
So for tonight, my primary focus is going to be working on my Primaris Chaplain on bike.
Ooh.
That Lily got me, because it's an anniversary gift and because I think it's badass. It's jumped to the front of the queue. And I did get some silvers down on it in the past week, a little bit, which is going to be key because tonight what I want to do is I want to oil up some of those silvers on the exhaust pipes. And then I think during the show tonight, I want to go ahead and put some heat bloom down on those exhaust pipes because I want to do that while it's still kind of early because everything else is still black before I go in and do any highlights or anything. So if my airbrush slips a little bit, I have a little overspray. It won't show up too badly on the black and I can get those nice heat bloom effects.
Very nice, dude.
In the meantime, while I'm waiting on Nonol to dry and stuff like that, after I get it applied, there's some other things I can do, such as, maybe start working on touching up the backpack or the shoulder pads, the Crozius. And then I've also got this big old pile of mega knobs here that have been sitting on my desk since 1942. And I might start laying a few more colors down on them. So
you're saying that... you're pretty much doing that since World War II. That's impressive. That's what I'm talking about, bro.
Like Steve Rogers, baby.
I hear that, man. Hey, when we slack, we go big.
Nobody can procrastinate like we can.
Hell yeah, man. Dude, we put the pro in procrastination.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Let me refresh my chat.
Yeah, I'm seeing the same thing. It look like it's
okay.
What's going on, man?
It's a quiet night so far. No big dizzle.
That's all good.
We start getting a little bit of hobby on, and then we'll just chat with people as they come on in.
Right on. So, I'll probably repeat it once everybody starts trickling in, but I'm actually working on our patrons model. And I decided to put together and paint y'all Stormcaller. Y'all. It's such a cool model.
He's very detailed.
Yeah, very, very detailed. Very beautiful, dude. And see, I found some really great we call it pics online. So I'm thinking, you know what? I'm gonna do this. There's some really
and this is a little interesting story too. Oh, hey, we got Commodore says just popping in. Phalanx drive by, say hi. Hope you guys have a great night. Thank you, brother. I hope you have an awesome night.
Is there a new movie or show coming out tonight? Are we competing with that? Or?
I mean, some people say it's the season finale of the United States.
This is true. Rip.
But yeah, say hi to the lady for us.
Absolutely.
Interesting story,
yes.
No, interesting story about that Niall. So actually, Freak actually picked up a Niall, and then I bought him one for something, Christmas, birthday, something.
Yeah.
Tuesday. Anyways, I picked it up for him, and he didn't mention when I gave it to him. He mentioned sometime later, like, "Oh yeah, I'd already actually bought a copy." So he actually took Nialls, and so he's getting to paint up an extra one.
Yeah, it'll be nice though.
Which is very neat.
You're very neat.
I have a Niall in Terminator armor somewhere, and I think it's actually in its original paint scheme because I think I didn't repaint it. It was an eBay rescue that I never changed the color on because I thought the person painted it pretty well. Oh. And obviously, I mean, you know, from my plain black and silver, no zero highlights, early Space Wolf days, I didn't have a lot of confidence in my painting ability at the time. So right. I was like, oh, this eBay job is way better than I could ever paint it. And so, you know, I don't think I ever touched it since then. So I don't think I've played Niall in since the beginning of 8th edition, maybe.
Really?
Remember, I used to use him all the time for Geo. Yeah. In 7th edition, you know, Niall uses surf.
Yeah.
Surf a whole piece of terrain, you know, with some Thunderwolf cavalry at somebody.
Yeah.
Oh, that was such a great power.
There's some really amazing fan art of Niall Stormcaller, and it is just mind-blowing with his eyes glowing and just his staff with runes burning with the sigils is just amazing. So,
that's something I always appreciate about your art style is that you like named characters. You like people who are already established. And when you go to paint up these named characters, you tend to do a lot of research on what does the art of this person look like. You know, you want to emulate and capture that story character. And that always impresses me about what you do.
Thank you, man. Yeah, it's basically the essence of the character, you know, the power and then the oh man, just how you know.
I mean, even when we were beginners, I remember you like wouldn't touch your Lysander for like a week, just going through different artworks looking for, you know, how Lysander looks in the lore and stuff like that.
Right. Yeah, no, man. I still do that, and I'm still. Oh my gosh, I haven't even finished my Torgaradon. That's sad, dude. He still doesn't have a head.
The headless Torgaradon.
Or headless Torgaradon. So, all right, it's Gear Commander says hello, all. Happy freaking Friday.
Happy freaking Friday, my brother. And G the Hyper Sapien. Hey, boys.
Hey,
what up, brother?
Hi there. So anyway, this is being painted up by our very own Cheeks Clapper.
Or for our very own.
Oh yeah, for our very own Cheeks Clapper. Yes. Meeks, clap them cheeks.
Meeks, clap them cheeks, baby.
Cheeks. So hopefully I can do it justice, and I hope he likes it. So, but anyway. Yeah, so it's gonna be fun. I'm gonna do it the Kenny Boucher style. It'll muck it up. Give a good cleaning just before I start, though.
You know, our brother G the Hyper Sapien is at 191 subs.
Are you kidding?
Only 9 away from the next milestone.
Bro. Well, hopefully once everybody jumps in here, man, we can start telling them to go flood his channel.
Absolutely.
Start running amok. To run amok.
Okay, for some reason, it's like 85 in Texas in November for some reason. I'm going to cut on my box fan, and you tell me if it's too loud, if the mic is really picking it up, all right?
That's fine, man. Yeah, you're good.
How's that sound? Is that loud?
No.
Cool. It starts picking up in the chat, y'all. Y'all just let me know. Well, I guess I should actually get to paint some instead of just sitting here pretending to paint, huh? Grabbing some of that liquid magic null oil. You know, I've come to find that people I talk to in the hobby can be divided. Some people say that Agrax Earthshade is the magic, and some people swear by the Nuln Oil. What you think, brother?
I think it just depends on what you're washing. You know, honestly, if you're washing something like my colors, like yellow, yeah, Agrax or even Seraphim Sepia. Both those will work really well. But with darker colors, that are, probably more earth tones. Yeah, I think no is the right thing for it, man. Again, it just depends on what it.
That makes sense.
Yeah. The thing is, now that I've been using, I need to stab that. Now that I have been using more of the Army Painters washes, I find that there's more versatility because there's a lot more shades between those colors, right? Those shades like you would see in Citadel. And the neat thing is that I can actually go from a dark wash to lighter wash, so it doesn't.
And that's what I was just about to mention is I mean, to be fair, most of the shades exist, but not as many people know the other colors as well as they know Agrax and Nuln Oil, right? Because the red shade from Army Painter exists. It's called I knew it right before I said it. I started saying it. But I think that's kind of the idea, though. The blue one is Drakenhof Nightshade. The yellow one, who even remembers that one? But they exist out there.
Right.
But for the Army Painters, you got the simple red tone, blue tone, and their wash set is cheap and accessible.
Right.
And I think the fact that you can get the set, it's like really makes it easy for people to try the variety of Army Painter washes.
Right. Well, I agree.
I mean, a good. It's funny because I absolutely love the Armor Painter washes. I just can't stand their paint. I wouldn't say can't. That's a little strong. I can't stand that. I have not been able to make Army Painter paints work.
Yeah.
I want to use them for.
Yeah, I know.
And admittedly, Kenny Boucher's done some amazing thing with Army Painter paints.
Oh, absolutely.
Kenny Boucher's also a lot better painter than me. We got some of the fam here now.
Yeah.
Got Dave in the chat. Did you guys get your free Space Wolves Codex from GW?
I didn't know.
Man, I sure wish.
Yeah.
One day we might be big enough. Yeah. One day.
We're not that special. I mean, we're special where we can wear helmets, but not special where we get free codexes. So.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we're small fish, just having a good time. That's all it is.
Absolutely.
But we will be picking up a couple copies, courtesy of our beautiful and lovely patrons. And we're since Freak and I were going to meet up today, I was going to stop by the G-Dubs and bring him his copy today, but unfortunate circumstances came up, so now I think I'm just going to have it sent to his hizzle.
How is the fam? Feeling better?
Along with the Space Marine Codex.
How's the fam? Fam feeling better?
Yeah, for the most part, the fam's good. I mean, like I said, Lily still got a bit of a cough. Beep's fever has gone away.
Good.
But she still also got a cough. So, I mean, like I said, don't really think it is anything, but it's probably for the best just to be safe, right?
Yeah. Right on.
Caribird Crimson. Okay, that was the red one. I could not remember. It was on the tip of my tongue right before I said it when I was setting up that statement, and then as I went to say it, it just left my brain.
See, I think more and more you're becoming me. Is that a wolf?
Okay. Remember when we were in security and we were getting to know each other, and you were like, "Wow, you were like, wow, we're basically the same person. We're so similar." And I said, I laughed at you and I said, yeah, but you just got 10 more years on me. And you were like, I freaking hate you. Almost that amount of time has passed since I've said that, freak.
It's true. Yeah.
So now as I catch up on that point, the gap gets smaller and smaller. Oh, man. Vallejo and GW paints have got it covered. Vallejo miniature paints have been around since the 70s. Viva Spain.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Almost my entire paint rack is Vallejo. In some shape or another. So, yeah, absolutely.
I use a lot of G-dubs, but yeah, my next most frequently used is Vallejo for sure. Imperial Blue, my favorite, my second favorite blue to work with.
Yes. And I bought their purple. It's called Purpura. Anyway, so it's gorgeous. It's a gorgeous.
Oh, freaking beastly brown, my favorite color for working with rusted metal or earth tones. Yeah, we love Vallejo. Yeah. Viva la Spain, indeed, my brother.
Yeah, absolutely. Way to rep.
My third favorite brand, though, is I got to give it up to P3 because there is no green like this Necrotite green. This is like the best thing for my work set.
I do like that green, and I really need to buy me a bottle of that because I'm gonna be putting up some orcs hopefully soon.
Are you gonna shoot for the vibrancy of the Necrotite green?
I think so, but I'm gonna mix it up a little bit. It's not gonna be green, but I love the vibrancy, and I can get it if I mix it a little bit with what you have. I've been thinking.
Well, I have currently 3 bottles of Necrotite green.
Oh my goodness!
So I can hook you up with the bottle next time I see you. I just went ahead and started stocking up on it because I love my orcs so much. All right. Let this known oil dry. We'll start working on another piece.
Oh, yeah. Hey.
Maybe I'll start working on this.
You know what? I know what it is. I think everybody's so used to starting like 30 minutes late.
They're not wrong.
I know. I feel so bad. Hey, why should I jump on there? They're not even on. Most is just,
You right.
Be a bag of chips, and then I might jump on and see if they're on.
Let's see. G is just stripping minis. That's awesome. What a head rush.
Hey.
Yeah, depending on how strong what you're using is, that could be a head rush indeed.
Right. Yep.
He's going to be watching us totally lit.
Hey, nothing wrong with that, man.
Said,
the weekend.
Don't sniff that isopropyl. G the Hyper Sapien. Caribou Crimson, the wash is used in conjunction with Mephiston Red, I remember. Yeah, it's very frequently used with different red applications, Mephiston being the most frequent. I have seen people use it with Corn Red as well to really get those recesses. But I think the most common application I see it is used with Mephiston Red. What's the Vallejo Rich Blue, the magical blue or something? It was like a gel rather than an acrylic paint. I could not thin it down. I don't know. I haven't used a lot of the blues. In fact, I think the only blue from Vallejo I've used is Imperial Blue, which is such a beautiful, deep, almost purpley blue. It's one of the things I love about Vallejo, and just to get a little technical, is that with G-dubs, I love their paints, right? Because there seems to be a great set of gradients for everything, right? For instance, what is it? The Word Bearers, that really dark red goes into Corn Red, goes into Mephiston Red. Like, it's a great gradient set. Everything's very clearly marked out. This is your next highlight.
Right.
So I think the G-dubs is really great for getting, very concise effects, right?
Right.
What I love about, but it's a very flat color. Like, it is exactly that color and just that color. The blue is that shade of blue and just that blue. What I love about Vallejo is that it comes in a lot of different, like, okay, not every paint, but like the large majority of their colors that I've used so far, it doesn't seem flat. There's depth to it already there. For instance, this blue, one of my favorite blues, Imperial Blue.
Yes.
It's got a very blue element to it, an ultramarine kind of color. And I don't mean ultramarine as in the chapter, but as in the artistic color ultramarine.
Right.
But also, it's got like depths and hues of purple in there too.
Yep.
You know, it's a very good indigo kind of color. Absolutely. Ooh, that's a good word for that, indigo.
Yeah.
So, you know, I really love the way it looks because there's depth. There's like multiple tones of color in the same thing. This gold yellow is another example, right?
Oh, yeah.
It's yellow, but it's also got a rich orangey color, you know, kind of in it too. It's not, these colors aren't just flat.
No, that's exactly
brown.
right. It's
one of my go-to browns.
Yeah,
it's got browns in it. It's got reds. It's got, you know, a touch of orange. You know, it's got depth to it. I'm sorry, what were you saying? I just got really excited there.
Oh, be excited, man. That's passion, baby. No, and that's what I love about the gold orange, because a lot of these Vallejo colors are not, like you said, they're not flat. They're more of a satin. That's the kind of, it doesn't give you a gloss. It's more like a satin finish, and leaves the model looking clean. You know?
Absolutely. Absolutely, positively. And don't, like I said, I'm not hating on G-Dub's colors. I love their colors. It's just that particular aspect, the depth of their colors, is something I just really enjoy.
Absolutely.
G says, yeah, I've used Kerberg Crimson on faces. Yeah, you can use it for tons of different applications. I've been using on my Chaos Warriors faces. They have a bit of red in them. Cool. It's like scale 75. People say that the medium of the paint is not like Vallejo and GW, so I chickened out when it came to using them. Yeah, they say that a scale 75 is definitely a whole different animal to learn. Partially because it's got an extremely matte application, and you know, so the color is different than you think it's going to be.
And that's true. You know, once the paint dries, that's going to be the final color, and it's never the same as what it looks like, you know, in your pot or on your, you know, on your, what do you call it? Or, yeah, wherever you got.
And that seems to be especially true of scale 75. Whatever medium they use is extremely matte, and like definitely shifts, almost like it's getting an instant matte varnish as you're painting with it.
Right.
And so the color that's coming out of the bottle often doesn't look as the same as what you've painted on the figure by a much greater gap.
Okay.
But if you can learn to use it, if you know, it's just like using a different tool, right? Sure. Once people learn to use it, a lot of people seem to love it once they get the hang of it.
Right. It's like your airbrush.
Yeah, absolutely. I love Reikland Flesh Shade. I use it all over my gold. It's very cool. You know, I've been using, and I don't, I feel a little bad because I can't remember what YouTuber I stole this from. I want to say what the 40K, but you know, I could be wrong. Anyways, I saw that they were using Lamenter's Yellow over gold as a wash, and I thought that was pretty cool. And I was like, I don't have any Lamenter's. I do have this Imperial Fist Contrast, the and in yellow. And I started using it over the gold, and actually, I really love the warm kind of gold that comes out with.
Just airbrushing the crow for the raven, and I accidentally let it go, and it just started kind of rolling on my tissue here. It looked like a dead bird just rolling around. I go, sorry, birdie. Hey, give a little love, birdie.
G and I are on the same page with the yellows and the contrast. Very cool. The scale 75, it's like doing highlights. I think if you're new, it could freak you out. It's really bright, but it dry blends well. Nice.
Dry blends.
Our brother Archer uses a lot of Army Painter, and he seems to have found the trick. I have to say, I've tried a few times, and one of them was using one of Kenny Boucher's recipes, and again, he's a lot better than I am. But I just had trouble, because even when I thin it, it just seems to build up in a way that I felt was awkward. And again, it's just my skill set, I'm sure. But like, by the time I could see the highlights on what I was airbrushing with, no matter how much I thinned it out, I even got to the point where I was over thinning and getting the spidering effect. I just couldn't seem to get it to blend my highlights in. It would be like just a chunky buildup of color, and I didn't like the look it was giving. And yeah, I could make them work. It was just like, you know how like with when you really thin down some paints, like it'll sometimes it goes on a little thicker, but when it evaporates, it looks pristine, right?
Oh yeah.
I didn't get that with the airbrush. Like, I was like, oh, there's no highlighting going on. All of a sudden, there's too much paint. Oh my god, what's going on here? Dunk, start over.
Yeah.
I don't know. And when I tried to use it by brush, I had trouble getting to a good medium where it's like, it's streaky, another thin coat. It's streaky, another thin coat. It's streaky, another thin coat. Oh, I've got a big fat, glob now. What have I done?
Wow, you just
I just couldn't get my highlights to look right. Yeah, it's a pretty delicate balance with the Army Painter line. I hear that. Meek says that the key to using Army Painter paints is you got to shake the bejesus out of them, and a good paint shaker really helps with that. I'm just not really ready to commit like that. I've actually considered using a paint shaker a lot. I think about it every once in a while. But then I also think to myself, man, that $30 I could save that $30 just by doing this.
Yeah, exactly. Doing what comes
natural.
Know.
I'll commit one day, maybe. Also, I keep thinking like, I love my hobby space, but it's not the biggest hobby space, and that's just one more thing to find something I can plug up. Same reason why I haven't bitten the bullet on getting a sonic cleaner yet for stripping. Did you guys see Kenny Sistanos on Instagram? I just saw it today. Oh man, the master has the lockdown on that style. It honestly looks just like a comic book rendering, sketching. It looked amazing. You're saying that when the paint it dries is sometimes not the same color as when it's in the pot. I reckon that's because the medium is coloring it somehow. It dries lighter than what's in the bottle. Yeah, so in my understanding, watching a lot of people's review of it, is that it dries in a matte way as if you're hitting it with the matte varnish immediately. Like if you paint and then sprayed it immediately. And so it's getting that like not quite frosted, but like, when you hit something with a little too much varnish, it gets that slightly kind of white, dusty kind of addition to its color. Not quite chalky, but if you were going in that direction towards making it a little chalkier, that's what I understand. It's kind of was like from other people's reviews. Lamenter's Yellow is a GW glaze, which was discontinued over a year ago. I actually bought around 15 when I heard they were discontinuing it. Wow. That's commitment. Right. Going out of stock forever. I think that's because the contrast line is meant to replace that glaze line, which I actually have a couple, like the Waywatcher Green glaze, the Bloodletter Red. I should have a couple of those glazes that maybe have been opened one time. Archer got a $5 nail polish shaker. Works just as a $5 one. Really, a $5? Oh, you gotta hook me up and let me know what you got, where you got it, where I can get $5.
Or did it fall off the back of a truck?
Right. I'm willing to invest $5. I mean, come on.
With that, just let me know, which truck it fell out of.
I just put the bottles on the clothes dryer so that way they're always shaking. That's not a bad idea.
Yeah, it's just too much work.
Bloodletter glaze is more orange. Interesting. I would not have gotten that. All right, I guess I should actually paint instead of pretending to paint, huh? Let's break out this gold here. We're going to start with some Retribution armor for a base.
Yeah, I'm doing the old Kenny Boucher recipe here. You start off from black, and you start layering it. Getting those rich, beautiful shades going in. Yeah, that's what happened.
Very nice. Very, very nice. Actually, before I start on this gold, let's go ahead and put down a little beastly brown. Just as an undercoat. I do love me some beastly brown.
Oh, that beastly brown is great. I love it on leathers. I mean, that does work great for leathers.
I've really fallen in love with my leather recipe lately.
Oh yeah, yours is amazing, leather.
I mean, it's so simple.
Nobody's that great, you know. Sorry.
It's so simple though. My new leather recipe is honestly just Rakarth flesh and then Gore Grunta contrast, and that is it.
I'm sure it's a little more than that. Okay, that's better. And I was grabbing with my hand, all off of it.
Meeks!
Hey!
Cheeks!
Hi.
Speaking of Meeks, Thomas would like to know, what is Freak so focused on?
Guy. Not that James is on there. But yeah, this is what I'm working on for James. Neon Stormcaller. So, badass style. Okay.
Badass.
Yeah. It'll be epic.
What do you do? The contrast first, or no? I usually base it in Rakarth flesh. Do a little dry brush of white where I want the highlights to be. Usually an off-white. In my particular case, I usually use Rack White, and then after that highlight, I just cover it with the Gorgoncha fur, and then of course the highlights are already in place underneath. So.
Fun fact, I actually like the smell of Vallejo when it comes to the airbrush. Got a little.
Say what?
I said, fun fact, I love the smell of the Vallejo paint when it's atomized.
You know what we told you about sniffing that paint, man.
Hey, you shut up, man. Don't judge me.
Reported to YouTube, huffing paints on air. Maybe that's what happened with that stream where we got shut down for inappropriate content.
Yeah, this is true. Yeah, I like to believe we were not trolled hard.
I still am not sure what that was all about, especially given some of the things that we have had on this show.
Oh, yeah.
That was the one that got banned? Oh, you were mentioning that Niall you're working on. He says, oh crap, I need him too. Don't go to jail before he's done.
Yeah, just wait until he's done. Then you can go and be stupid. Yeah, got it. Got it. Okay.
I'm not sure he has a choice in that, considering some of the things he's been tased for in the past.
Yeah, I've been just tased just sitting in the front porch. So, yeah.
Stop resisting! Stop resisting!
Get in here. He's got a weapon. No, bowl of popcorn. Like this. A little bit of this.
Yeah. Yeah, Meeksman, Freak said he was inspired. He's not even done with his Torgarodon yet, but he said he had a
Is that a wolf?
Is that a wolf? He said he knew exactly how he wanted to paint up your Niall, so he got him built and said he was ready to get started.
Yes, sir.
And we were discussing how your wolves are slightly that darker kind of blue-gray. A little bit of that 30K inspiration with some of the blueness mixed in. So if your ears were ringing this week, that's why.
Yeah, I actually was studying a lot of his picks.
Man, like his Ragnar and his Haldor Ice Pelt. Man, those look so good.
Oh, gorgeous.
I told him I'm not going to be able to pay for him much longer because he started to pass me up.
We're going to have to commission him.
Hey,
hey, pal.
Instead of me painting for you this month, I got to take this to a tournament. You make this look like yours.
Buddy, pal. Yeah, I'm looking at some of his work right now, and oh yeah.
See, that's another thing, is when you look for that inspiration, man, you really like hyper focus on inspiration. So like, I know you've been looking at artworks, looking at his style, seeing how you want to mesh the two styles. Very respectable. Lot of respect.
The cool thing is that I've got going to be blending paints. I want to layer them, but yeah, this is going to be real. So I think I'm going to do some sky blue Master's Touch, and then work it up, and I'm going to do a highlight probably of this Vallejo deep sky blue. The neat thing about having it black like this is going to have some nice shade, dark shade undertones.
So if you happen to see any of the show earlier, and we were talking about what we got accomplished this week, the main answer from both of us was jack all.
Not a damn thing.
And I started to say, yeah, we haven't really had a chance, and then I stopped and corrected myself. Because it's not that we didn't have a chance to paint. We may have dedicated our time this week to other hobbies. In particular, this week, Freak and I did some ghost hunting.
Sure did.
Via Phasmophobia.
Oh, my
God. Man, that was so much fun.
Fun game.
Very, very cool game. So, Phasmophobia is a very cheap, like $12, $13 indie game that's out right now on Steam. To become something of a YouTube sensation. Because lots of people streaming it, Twitch sensation. Like I said, lots of people streaming it. And basically, you're these really, really, like, horribly underpaid ghost hunters.
Yes.
Scraping by for like $50 at a time at the beginning. To go, and you got to go into these houses cabins in the wood, schools, hospitals, insane asylums.
That was a crazy one, man.
And even like at the later levels, sewers and jails and stuff like that. And you get different kits, different loadouts that you can use. And basically, like, there's different tools. One of them is an EMF reader, the electromagnetic frequency, that you can use to detect the presence of spirits. Thermometers, so you can look for like freezing temperatures. Black lights, so you can see basically fingerprints and ectoplasm, that kind of stuff. Spirit boxes, like you actually use your microphone to talk to ghosts, ask it questions like, where are you, what is your name, give us a sign. And sometimes the response is it just makes grudge style noises in your ear right before it attempts to rip your head off. Pretty creepy.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of fun.
Yeah.
Freak got killed this week.
Freak gets killed every week.
And what's funny is that we had this special microphone that lets you talk to your spirited companions after they die.
Yeah, a little parabolic.
But for some reason, it was like Quantum Leap, and the only one who could hear or see Freak was me.
That was just so chronic. Really? You're the only one I can talk to? This is what my afterlife has resulted to? You're it. Okay. Go.
Hey, tell Matt he's ugly. I'm not telling him that.
Yeah, that's exactly the conversation. Yeah, it was definitely a ghost dad vibe,
Truth Seekers on Prime, I assume Amazon Prime, is a good series about spirits. Nice. The abandoned asylum level was pretty cool. The only thing is that it was so big, like it kind of started to tape off after a while. Like, all right, this guy can kill me if he wants to. Let's just move things on.
Yeah, it was. It definitely took a while. Finding it was took a little more work than. But when he found okay, so in my defense, there was no defense. That was just a dumb. So in the game, you have smudge sticks, which basically it's sage that's rolled up in looks like a big doobie, right? And what you're supposed to do. It's amazing because a lot of the equipment that's in there gets used just like you would normally use it if you were truly ghost hunting, for the most part. Well, sage, you're supposed to light it, and then it's supposed to cleanse the area for a good while and keeps the ghost from attacking. My problem was that when I saw the freak, my brother, he started gunning after me. I'm thinking, oh, haha, I have sage stick. I lit it. Then I realized after I threw it that I was supposed to hang on to it. So. Oh,
did you eat it?
I yeeted it. I yeeted it at him.
Yeet!
Haha! Yeet! And he still came after me, and it didn't work. So he murdered me. And that's when I realized, I was supposed to hold on to that. Ooh. Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, so that's
it worked. I mean, it worked for me and Matt, though, because after that, we were able to go take pictures of your body and finish our investigation, and we had a nice long while.
No. Go back. You guys went to go laugh at my disfigured body, then take pictures of my body, Oh, I did learn, however, that you can pick up equipment dropped by your mates. That way they don't get lost. I didn't know this, but apparently we were not doing that.
Huh.
Yep. So I saw that on a actually saw that on a Let's Play. Matter of fact, one of your favorite Let's Plays, Let's Players, aka favorite coffee producers, I don't know what to call it, roasters, Jacksepticeye.
Jackie boy, I'm drinking a cup of top of the morning right now.
There you go. Top of the morning to ya, yeah. What a... Oh, that amazing. Anyway, but yeah, so...
Game sounds gold. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, it's
I definitely. I mean, we've got a pretty good group right now, but man, I definitely wouldn't mind trying out the game with some of our hobby brethren at some point. That seems like it would be a good little way to get to hang out with some of our YouTube friends online. While we're all being freaked out by ghosts and pissing ourselves. What's funny is that the actual scary parts, when I'm with the group, even dying doesn't seem that bad. But for some reason, in the training dummy, the non-violent group they give you the tutorial on, is so tense and scary because I'm by myself.
Yeah.
With everyone else, it's no big deal. Like I said, even when I get my head snapped off, it wasn't that big of a deal.
Look, I've been impaled.
It's funny, one of my favorite channels, I was watching Outside Xbox Play, and they're Londoners, right? And it was so classic, the response, because Jane got murdered, and that's what she said, is that, oh no, I've been murdered. Where are you now? That's a shame. It's so casual. Oh no, I've been murdered. Where are you now? Lily and I had such a good chuckle about that. Where are you now? That's a shame.
I need to do some mixing, boys.
On a hit, hit goes. That's a living color, right? So guys, some of you know that I only have Xbox. I need to fix my laptop. Sounds like a Family Guy skit. Well,
everything we do sounds like a Family Guy skit.
and I have an Xbox, but I mostly do everything either. Honestly, I do most everything on my PlayStation. But this particular game being a Steam game, and that's another thing. I was amazed that my potato could run this new game that's like a current internet sensation.
It ran it well.
I don't, as much as I would love to stream it, I don't think the potato could handle Phasmophobia and say OBS. I do think it would be fun to record at some point. I might try from Lily's computer eventually. I might try it on this one just to see what I'm doing.
Why not?
I mean, what's the worst thing that happens? The footage doesn't work? If I go into it with low expectations, then I can't be disappointed, right?
Well, there you go. You decrease your expectation, you increase your appreciation. I don't know.
November, it's the time I'm currently on a no buying minis for myself embargo.
Is that you? You saying that?
Yep. Because this is the time of year I give Lily and a couple other family members my birthday / Christmas list. It is your wolf brother. Your wolf brother actually has his birthday on American Thanksgiving this year. And depending on how the situation goes, we might have a small, a small gathering for my birthday at Brother Cloud's house. He's volunteered to let us do some birthday warhammering at his place.
Amazing. Amazing.
I was telling Atlas about it earlier. And I said, yeah, I still need to get with Cloud so we can cement the details and put it in group chat. But, here's something to look out for.
Right.
And he's like, oh, sweet, I might be there. That depends. That's what my babies do. I was like, whoa, that's a good reason not to be there.
Oh my God, imagine. Honey, I know you're having a baby. I know you're pushing. Keep pushing. I'll be right back. I'm going to head out to...
There's no being right back when it comes to Warhammer. Not the way we play.
Like, where were you? I know
Beast
you're mad. I know you're mad. But, honey, hear me out.
Use that anger to push, baby. Use that anger.
I won. I beat Freak again.
Beast and Brushwood says, finally I got to see this one live. Good to see you, my man.
Welcome.
It's awesome. Good to see you indeed. So he says if it looks like there's no activity that Saturday after Thanksgiving, he'll be there. If it looks like it might be baby time, then he won't be there, of course. Which, of course, I wouldn't want him dead. So
No.
And of course, the whole miracle of birth.
Absolutely. And I don't think I want to utilize our newly found skills from Phasmophobia to try to contact him,
Atlas, are you there?
Can you
give
hear
us
me?
A sign?
It was a sign. Atlas killed me.
Much love and good vibes to you too, my brother. Good vibes indeed. So, while we get cracking on that Niall Stormcaller and this chaplain on bike here, let us know what y'all have been working and grooving on. What hobby progress you got. Or as I like to say, what you got for pork chop?
I like pork chops.
Those of you who don't know, Freak and I actually go Nigel the Stormcaller. Man, in one of Kaiser's games, I saw Nigel do quite a bit of work.
Nigel's a real badass.
Lots of pain. It's been hard to hobby. Oh man, that's unfortunate.
Who's that?
G the Hyper Sapient.
Sorry.
Absolutely.
You had a legitimate reason though, man. Me. Well, I mean, except that I was on call, but still, like I said.
Yes. Not that we've been ghost hunting all week.
What the hell?
Definitely the work.
It's the work, man.
Our workloads are too tough,
it's
man.
It's ridiculous. Oh my God, man. I mean, not like I have time to load up a video game, and start doing 4 or 5 missions, getting killed each night.
Man, I was so surprised. Both nights, it's like, 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
We'll get in a little bit of ghost hunting. We'll do a couple of rounds. Boom, midnight. Oh, crap.
Yeah. Get really into it, man.
It flies by, man.
It does. Let's see.
I need to order another one of these quick release valves so I don't have to keep unscrewing every time I switch between my Masters and my Iwata.
Yeah, I need to do that too, actually. I'm thinking of ordering another brush, just having a quick release.
When I'm doing, basic projects like priming and stuff like that, I don't like to run that through the Iwata. I want that to last a good long while, and I just want to not put unnecessary, gunk in it.
Yeah, Old Faithful can handle that, huh?
Well, I mean, I know it can handle it. I just, I've gunked up too many airbrushes, so I prefer to put gunky stuff in my cheap airbrush.
Right, Old Faithful.
And use the Iwata for good stuff.
Right, exactly. That's right. Old Faithful can handle it.
Old Faithful can handle it.
Can't handle the truth.
Bless you.
I mixed a lot of paint. I always do that.
Mix too much?
Yeah, I mean, good stuff.
Well, I think when you're mixing the armor color for your piece, though, it's probably better to have extra than not enough, because then the second batch may not be, and then you might have like an arm not quite the same color as a leg or something.
Now, like
better safe than sorry, I guess.
Now I gotta brighten it up as I go. Gotta give it the layers. And white. I did white. White. There it is.
Everybody, if my airbrush gets too noisy, let me know and I'll make sure to mute myself. Everybody just kind of let me know. Gonna start my Chaos Lord on Carcadrake base. Carcadrake? I'm not sure what that is. Been working on a scheme for my orcs, been working on my Chaos Warriors, and I want to paint this dwarf. Nice. Oh, I've been dealing with sciatica for months now. Yes, I have been battling with sciatica. I just this week got to where I could sleep comfortably. I've been limping around the past three weeks at least now. Sciatica's just been really bad for me too. I definitely feel your pain, my brother. I tried to paint at my bedside with my bookshelf, but yeah, no, I totally get that. Like I said, sciatica has just been a pain in my, well, specifically my hip lately, but I totally get you, man. That is definitely no fun, and definitely trying to sit at any office desk or a hobby desk is no fun at all with sciatica.
Horrible, man. Sorry, guys.
It's got to be a clogged needle somewhere. Have I lost another O-ring?
Oh. On the old one or the new one?
O-rings.
On the old one or the new one?
On the Awada. And it's crazy the difference it makes too. Check. Oh. Man, I can't believe another O-ring is gone. Live on the air, guys. Airbrush Professional here. This is why I frequently am like, Freak, come fix it for me. Check this out. Look how crazy this is. Trigger, nothing.
Yeah.
Just loosen the nozzle a little bit.
Oh,
it's all just venting through the side, so it's refusing to push through the hole.
Is the nozzle locked?
It doesn't seem to be. I mean,
No, the actual piece that's on your hand.
Oh no, this I can see right through it.
Okay.
Like a pirate scope.
Arr.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. I'm sure the fact that there's no O-ring in it is a big deal, but I'll get on the eBays tonight and look for me some more O-rings. The way I go through these Iwata O-rings, though, I might as well just order like a freaking, 500 pack. Sorry for the silence, but I wanted to mute myself while I bled all the air out of my hose, because I know the hose can get kind of loud. You know how the hose get.
Oh, yeah.
Man, my compressor is so loud.
Probably hitting the desk or something.
Chaos Lord for Slaves to Darkness. I should have thought of that because I saw you unbox the Slaves to Darkness set, and for some reason it just didn't register. God, it's so loud. Man, I love my compressor, but for real, it's almost as loud as that hardware compressor I used to have.
What?
It's just like...
Really?
I'm exaggerating a little. It's not as loud as the hardware compressor, but it's definitely somewhere on that path.
I have the same compressor, Methos.
I don't know. Maybe it's just because I'm enclosed with all this hardwood. Well, no, you've got the hardwood set up too.
Yeah. Is it hitting your desk or something? Because it'll rattle the hell out of your desk.
No, it's just sitting here. And it's probably not as loud as I make it out to be. I'm probably just very cognizant of it because I'm on the air, Man, I don't know what's going on with my connection. I'm starting to look somewhat choppy again this week too. Not as choppy as before. I think the antenna booster is definitely helping, but. It's not that loud for us viewers, man. Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, most definitely.
I was definitely worried about it.
Ruining the experience, you know.
It's ruining my ambiance.
A couple of guys got Zen music in the background. They're trying to meditate while watching our show. You know, I get it, man.
I painted.
I like him.
No, I mean, that's just the first thing I think of when I think of Zen music.
Yeah.
Trying to meditate while hobbying.
Yeah. You can almost hear the Tibetan bells. You know?
I mean, again, I like his stuff, and I think he's a phenomenal painter.
Right.
But man, I often do feel like I've just showed up for a massage.
Yeah.
When I'm watching his stuff.
He's your spectacular.
Oh man, I know he has that effect on you, but I'm almost like, oh, that's unfair because.
No, it's not unfair. He does. It's. I mean, like I said, a lot of good information. But I mean, honestly, I would do better if I could just read the subtitles. You know. That way, you know, I'm not listening to his very soft, sultry voice. You know, I'm serious. He's got a great voice.
Not that I ever think Auspix Tactics will ever watch our show, but if he ever does, man, I'm a fan. I'm a fan.
Yeah, no, I mean, no shade at all. Dude's got it.
Oh, of course not. Of course not.
Dude's got this goods, you know. But
like, I like Valric stuff, but honestly, I feel like I would rather watch Auspix Tactics cover the news, you know, before anyone else, including, you know, the media giant that is Chapter Val.
True.
Where do you guys like to get your news from? Their hobby news. Some people go straight to the page. Some people, like Chapter Master Valric. What's the other one? Oh, man. I'm having trouble thinking of the other guy besides Chapter Master Valric, but a lot of people go to him. I can't remember his name. I know you like Valric because he's a fellow Imperial Fist.
Oh, yeah.
Nothing wrong with that. Kirioth, that's the other one I was thinking of. The other big news guy. But Kirioth is good. A lot of people like Almost Pro with Brady. Pretty good. Speaking of news guys like Almost Pro and Auspix Tactics, I was watching them kind of cover some of the man, I love the way Copper and Secret Weapon colors look, man. Anyways, I was watching their review of the Forge World book, seeing what happened to some of our favorite Forge World units. And some of them got buffed, man, but some of them got a little nerfed. But I understand what they were going for, is that what some people felt like was that the people who pay the extra money for Forge World is almost pay to win, you know?
Right.
And I actually get that because, you know, as a guy who loves and collects Forge World stuff myself, you know, sometimes I feel bad. Like, I remember actually saying to a couple of people, "Oh man, that's cool. I was wanting to try my Leviathan Dreadnought this weekend, but I think I'm playing against a newer player this week, so I'm going to leave him at home." You know, because again, the Forge World units do seem a little beefier, a little more powerful.
Right.
So now that they're not as powerful, I'm a little more comfortable bringing them to a casual game, you know, than I was before. One of our staples, though, the Relic Contemptor, it got Duty Eternal, so it's a little more survivable.
You said duty.
But it's a little nerfed, too.
What do you think for base coat?
Huh?
What do you think for the base coat?
Looks good. From what I can tell.
Yeah, it's going to be kind of blue on blue. That's smart. Try that again.
Okay, right there, it could zoom. It focused in right as you were setting it down.
Yeah.
It looks good, dude.
Thanks, yeah, it's getting there. All right.
So here's some of the things. Our Relic Contemptors lost their Ballistic Skill 2, and they're now Ballistic Skill 3. That kind of brings them a little more in line with other Dreadnoughts.
Right.
They lost their Armor Save 2. They're now Armor Save 3. So they're a little... they lost their Feel No Pain. So there's quite a few nerfs there, but a big buff they got is... I'm getting the circle. Okay, there we go. Is they got of course, the thing all Dreadnoughts got, which is the free Duty Eternal.
Right.
So every time you hit a Dreadnought, it takes 1 less damage. Which is pretty big, because what do we normally aim at Dreadnoughts? Things like las cannons and missiles and stuff like that. So that's a pretty good buff. I just realized I'm over here airbrushing with no bowl to dump my airbrushing water into, so I'll be right back.
Be careful.
Hobby news. I go to Kurioth and Max from Malaga Wargames. Max is awesome, and Max really does do a good job of covering the news. The only thing is that I understand very, very limited amounts of Spanish, so I only understand it slowly, so I'm only picking up like 1 in 10 words. But anytime I'm watching him, he does seem to do a really good job of just thoroughly breaking down the news and conveying it. Max, and I really enjoyed when he had... And I understand it's a lot of work to keep up 2 channels, but I really enjoyed when he was doing the English videos and the Spanish videos. But Max is another great news choice if you understand Spanish, for sure.
Yeah, I can imagine Methos watching Max all hearing. Warhammer. I understood some of that.
Oh, Modeling for Advantage says Redemptors are so good right now, especially with Wolves fighting on with that big fist D3 plus 3 damage. Yep, so they're more survivable with that Duty Eternal. Plus, they're hitting that giant power fist on 2s. D3 +3 damage because we're Space Wolves and we always get that +1 when we charge or R charge. And not a lot is going to live when you charge something with that kind of damage. So, yeah, you're right. And then if you make it to the Assault Doctrine, of course, you're getting those extra hits on 6s. Yeah, no, I agree. Space Wolves and Redemptors definitely sound like they go together. And I can't wait to break out my Space Wolves again. So, like, our next game, our next personal game, I told Freak that I'm bringing my orcs, but we're doing like a birthday party event. I'm not sure if I want to bring. I'm torn because I want to play my orc soon, so I can bring my Gaz because he's freshly painted, which means he'll probably die immediately. Because that's what happens when you freshly paint something. Yep. But on the other hand, though, I don't know. I don't think I've actually used my Logan Grimnar since I painted him up. So, because I started right after I painted him, I started my White Scars, and then I started Orcs. Wow, his Dreadnought killed 5 Terminators in 1 round of combat. That's crazy. Beast and Brushes says that's the advantages of being bilingual. Nice. I intentionally did not speak Spanish for a while because my entire time in customer service, people wouldn't ask. They would just assume that I was Hispanic and would start speaking Spanish to me. And for some reason, I resented that.
Hell, I resented it, and I still speak Spanish.
I'm like, hey. Slow down. I don't understand you. And I'll never forget. I think the thing that really, really made me resent it is some guy went off on me saying that, see, that's the problem with you kids. We work so hard to bring you to this country and y'all forget where you came from. And I'm like, but I'm not.
I don't remember you bringing me into this country, Daddy. People, I swear. All right, I think
And they're like, well, who's your mama? An Asian lady. Who's your daddy? I said, oh, he's Caucasian and a Caucasian and Italian. He goes, then I don't think your daddy's who you think he is. I was like, wow, why did this escalate?
Right.
He said, you need to learn your roots, Holmes. I was like, that was very assumptive.
Very, very good.
I tried to tell my boss, Demph, that I was being harassed. He just laughed at me.
Yeah, what'd he say? Well, you realize harass is 2 words, right?
What? Like any good friend does. Because trolley friends are the best friends, right?
Right.
Beast and Brushes says, what the hell is wrong with people? I mean, with my entire time in customer service, I wondered that.
Oh, yeah. Can't fix stupid. I mean, and it's not just, it's everybody in general, dude. I'm serious. Their expectation people is ridiculous. Well,
Beast and Brushes says, I get called gringo because I'm too white looking to be a Mexican, according to some of the people over here. And by contrast, Gia Hyper Sapien says, I'm British and Irish, and I've been called Arab or Indian or Greek because I have more of a brown or tan skin tone.
I love it.
Yeah, people love to make assumptions, right?
Absolutely, man. Crazy is people look at me and they assume I'm Hispanic. Like, sir, get off of me. And really? You're just gonna assume I'm Hispanic just because I have dark skin? And what's wrong with people?
Ooh, that is too much blue. God dang it. I'm going to have to come back with the red in just a second. Oh, man. Just as I was like, oh, hey, that started to look perfect. My finger slipped on the trigger discipline.
Thanks, then, huh?
Yep. People just love to throw assumptions around all the time. Just better to laugh them off. Yep. I was going to convert some Wolfen into cool-looking Possessed, but once I built them, I couldn't do it. They are so freaking cool as they are.
Yeah, there you go.
That's awesome. Although it's interesting that you get into Wolfen now when they've been dropped in power. They have been very... Well, their survivability has been nerfed. I mean, to be fair, their damage output might be a little higher now, except for the fight in death ability. But their survivability is very low. They're very fragile now. And a lot of people are up in arms about it, but I'm actually not that upset with the nerf of the Wolfen. A, because now I don't feel bad bringing Wolfen anymore, because they are nerfed some, you know, they're not as good as they used to be. But also, they used to just kind of do everything the Thunderwolves did, only a little better. And I always felt like I was sacrificing something by bringing Thunderwolves. But now, you know, they're not an auto take. And I do love a Thunderwolf-centric army, so... I'm actually kind of okay with the Nerfin' Wolf. The Nerfin' Wolf? The Wolfen Nerf.
It's a new style of wolf. He's covered in Nerf material. Doesn't like to get hurt much.
They need some personality added to the rules, like the Hounds of Mordkai. Yeah. I really, really want to like the Hounds of Mordkai, especially since I think Mordkai, being, you know, the one who guards the gates of the afterlife, Mordkai is such a cool character in the fiction. I just don't like Reavers. And I'm like, why did they waste this cool bit of fluff on Reavers? I bought a box because I love wolves. That's awesome. Are Fenrisian wolves any good? You know, honestly, the way I think of Fenrisian wolves is exactly like Grots. They I don't rely, they can, if given the right opportunities, but they don't really do a lot of damage, and they have zero survivability. Much like Grots, they're just a 6-up save that doesn't do a whole lot of damage output. Now, what they do have is that they're fast-moving, and they're the perfect thing to put, you know, to run to take objectives. The only thing is that they're not as good for objective taking as they used to be, because, you know, before you could just run to the objectives, and if you get killed off before your turn, well, you scored the objectives in your own turn. Now, because you have to wait till the start of the next turn, their lack of an armor save and their low leadership make it really too easy for someone to just point guns at them or even look at them wrong and them to die before you have an opportunity to score any points. But like I said, situationally, in the right circumstances, they absolutely can get up fast, take an objective, force your opponent to point some of their guns at it, which is going to take away some of the guns pointed at other stuff, right? Which is always good, a good distraction, absolutely. And then also, like, if you do get a decent-sized squad of them into something toughness 3, like Guardsmen, or anything like that, Guardsmen, elves that, they've got a lot of strength 4 attacks, and I think teeth are -1. So, I mean, they're not bad if you can get them into combat with something that's already also weak. I mean, wanted to make my army more wolf and less techie. That's totally cool. I've got, even though I don't think that they're great units, I have like 20 of them. I have 5 that I got from Atlas, which are painted up by Freak. Still need to base those. I have 5 painted up in the Fenrisian gray style I did my cavalry in. I have 5 that are just basically black wolves with very little detail painted on. I need to redo those. That are my very first ones from when I first started playing, and then I have 5 that are basically they're ghost wolves. They're wolf spirits, as I like to say, and that's kind of part of my little personal fluff. So I have 5 wolf spirits that are count as well. So I've got 20 wolves. I actually took them in a game with all 20 wolves, and then I took a Canis Wolfborn for extra attacks, and a Wolf Priest so that way they could re-roll all of their attacks. And I gave the Wolf Priest the Wolfenstone. They had a ridiculous number of attacks, and then I had them. They didn't do a lot of damage, but they ate through Freak's scouts in one turn, which I thought was kind of funny, and actually took a few points of damage off the aggressors. And then the aggressors just lit them up. My only Space Wolf I've painted, I still need to finish, is Ragnar. Nice. Nice. You didn't... see, I'm the other way. Before I tackle a big unit, Freak bought me a Marnius Calgar, and I started with the infantry because I wanted to get my Ultramarine scheme down pat before I started on something beautiful like Marnius Calgar. And so I always start with something I can work on getting my scheme down. Same thing, I bought Gaz, but I wanted to start painting the boys and stuff like that, and I actually have, I painted over 1,000 points of my orcs before starting on Gaz because I wanted my scheme down. Now it's kind of funny because the point of painting those Ultramarines were kind of a moot point, because it's been over a year since I painted those Ultramarines, and I can't remember how I've done it now.
Oh my god.
I think I know what colors I use. I got 2 Prophecy of the Wolf copies. Nice.
That's pretty cool.
Don't really like the Vanilla Marines. I need to buy some wolf bits to convert them. Nice. I really love Spell Crows and Puppets War wolf bits. Pretty cool. And then I've got some really cool wolf helmets that Brother Richard hooked me up with, that he resin printed, that I haven't found a use for yet, but I definitely want to use them on something sometime soon. I think they might make cool Blade Guard helmets. Too many eBay resin bits bags. All right, let's see if I can fix my mistake from 2 seconds ago. Where's my red? Guys, Balthazar Gold, and then these secret weapon paints. Secret weapon, purple heat and blue heat. My absolute favorite heat bloom colors for heat bloom effects. Such good paints. I mean, if you like, the over dramatic comic booky kind of style, unrealistic heat blooms, which is exactly what I love. Come on, reinforce that red. I saw somebody convert the new Chaos Termies into Space Wolves with Puppet War helms. They look sick AF. Nice. Yeah, that's what I was thinking when the new Chaos Terminators came out with like the tusk bits and stuff on them. That's immediately what I thought of. It's like the tusks and stuff like that would make sick Space Wolf conversions. The tusks really scream Space Wolves to me because it seems like, you know, Space Wolves love hunting dangerous prey, and definitely a mammoth seems like something you could hunt on Fenris for sure. I mean, I don't have any confirmation in the lore or anything for that, but it just has that feeling like you might encounter a woolly mammoth on Fenris, you know?
Sure. Very believable.
All right, one side clearly came out looking a little better than the other, but you know what? I'm going to roll with it.
Do it, baby. Do it.
Also, man, okay, so I did the red, then I did the blue. Well, first I did the bronze, then I did the red, then I did the blue. Then I realized I needed to go back and reinforce some red because of that slip up I had on the trigger. And now I realize that there's a whole little section of the back end I missed with the blue, so now I got to go back again. And I already have some fur on the models too. Nice. Yeah, they just have so many cool Griblies on them. And plus some of their weapons, like, you know, I mean, you can't put frost axes on it, everything anymore, but you can't just go to a squad of Wolfguard Terminators and have the whole squad with frost weapons. Salty, not salty, but I mean, because I remember, you know, saying last week, I was like, well, I guess you could spend the extra points and put them on all the things you used to, but actually not really, because they're relics. You can only put them on characters, right? So you can't have full squads of Wolfguard like your Thunder Wolves or Wolfguard Terminators with frost weapons like you used to be able to, because relics can only go on the characters. But anyways, if that were still the case, though, I think some of those fun things you get with the Chaos Terminators pack, like those brutal-looking axes, or even the chain axes, or whatever, you're a relic. Atlas, my man, my birthday's coming up. This is really not the time for an age joke, man. How unsensitive. Jesus. My feelings are hurt, Atlas. I demand a written apology.
I don't feel bad.
In fact,
don't do it.
I've got real tears right now. Real tears on the inside.
Atlas. Don't do it, Atlas. Matter of fact, I may provoke you to do another quip.
And who kidnapped Chaplain Nemo? Oh, yeah.
Have to bring out Chaplain Nemo back one day.
Absolutely. Especially, I mean, we got the holidays coming up. Got to have the chaplain around for the holidays.
No, he's pretty lonely.
I've been here over an hour and I haven't seen any cow memes. Oh, goodness. That's how we close out the show.
Oh, is he saying he's ready to shut down? Well, man, end already. We get that at Chippendales a lot.
Is it over yet?
Please tell me we're not paying for this. Now, the fact is, if you don't pay, we don't leave.
He will never come back as long as Sly Morrow draws breath. Oh, man. Oh, man. I didn't realize Sly had it out for Chaplain Emo like that.
I didn't either, man. That's pretty rough.
Well, Kaiser wants Chaplain Emo doing Manson covers for Christmas.
Talk about edgy.
So, you guys have no idea the randomness that goes through our heads. I mean, okay, you guys watch our show. You actually have some idea of the randomness that goes through our heads. But, like, even off screen, the randomness continues. Like, we had so many plans before lockdown happened. Like, Freak and I were planning on working on a music video this summer. Unfortunately, that project didn't come to fruition.
Not yet.
We might still do that one day, though.
Oh, yeah. I like it.
We had some good stuff coming up, though. I'm sorry, man. I'll make sure to start muting my airbrush when I spray. Atlas says all I can hear is somebody sucking down a can of whipped cream in the background.
Yeah, again, they say that about us when at Chippendales.
All right, Freak, I'm going to need you to talk to the fam because I'm going to have to get loud with the airbrush for a second while I clean it out.
Okay. Getting all loud stuff. So, yeah, this is the part where I have absolutely nothing to say because I really got put on the spot by Methos, which is what he does. Kind of throws me in. Hey, imagine, you're drowning and someone throws you a baby. Yeah, that's what Methos does. Overall, man, I hope you guys are having a good evening. Bro, I hope James likes this, Stormcaller. Because it'll suck if he doesn't. Sorry, bro. Pink, right? You wanted it pink? Huh, James? Pink. Alright. Hopefully you'll like it. They're pretty good. There's a lot of really, really good samples, sample picks online. The thing is, I have to marry a lot of them from different sites because there's some that I like, like I like the armor on one, but I don't like the pelt on it, so I'll go to another pick, and I like the pelt on that one. So it's just one of those. But so far it's coming up good. But surely it's starting to read out. Proof is in the pudding, though. Proof is when you get this thing in the mail and you're like, what the hell is this? This is what I get for being a patron? Anyway. So, yeah, I hope you like it, James. I think it's going to look pretty cool. I think it's going to look pretty bad.
Speaking of which, I got to give Wolfguard Kalo his bird. I can't remember the name of the bird people in D&D, but his Birdman Monk of the Sun during our little Halloween get together.
Very nice.
And they seem to enjoy it. And that is always a good feeling is when you turn in a commission piece and you're like, what do you think? And that moment that they enjoy what you've created for them, it's always a great feeling.
Right. You give them a pair of pants too?
Huh?
Give them a pair of pants too?
No. Rather see Kalo without the pants.
That's yeah. And again, we've been trying to get him out to Chippendales for a while. I don't know why he doesn't want to come. He's a natural.
Oh, man.
And the way you announce him, it's perfect. We can just kick the MC out of the Chippendales Club and just you do the announcement. Now on center stage, Halo. I can't do it like you do. You might actually make us some money, man.
Atlas says it's getting. It's an airbrush. It's getting late. My brain ain't working. But it's gotten better now that I get to see y'all's beautiful faces. So I thank you. Thank you. Yeah, that's what they say to us at Chippendales too. It's when we start dancing that they start having a problem.
Yeah, exactly.
Or maybe it's the stripping part because I mean, I've got a body by food.
The part that I don't understand is why all of a sudden when we, start doing a certain, especially when around the pole, I just hear gagging noises. I don't. I was like, what the hell is that? Is somebody getting sick with I'm thinking maybe it's the wings that they ordered.
Oh man. Beast and Brushes says, I'm working on a converted Orlock for my Gene Stealer Cult army. It's good to be hobbying alongside you guys. Man, it's good that we're hobbying together to us too. Enjoy getting in some hobby together. Steve says, I'm going to just sneak in and say good night, and you guys rock as always. You also rock, my brother. Thank you so much.
Rock so hard.
We got to get Steve back on one night. Miss that guy.
I know. Got an amazing line for the lore,
Yep. And actually, I told you I'm a fellow moderator on that new Facebook group, Faith and Damnation. Pretty cool little Facebook group. You guys want to come check it out? We're having a good time. Got some great people there, and they've actually got a little mentor system going on. And Steve is one of the mentors there. Nice. And because Steve's got like just a wealth of knowledge of lore and stuff like that, and Steve is not a power player or a gamer, and his specialty in the group as far as mentorship goes is build things like doing themes like painting or building your army to a specific theme, building your list to a theme, narrative stuff. And I think that's really his best wheelhouse. Right. And it's cool to keep passing on that knowledge.
That is so cool.
Another one of our guests we've had on the show, it's run by Zach the Crimson Painter. So, he's got some smooth blends, especially when he does faces and stuff like that. So it's got some pretty good people there. I agree. I definitely agree. We do some on these hobby hangouts where we're actually hobbying along with you guys, and then on Saturdays when we do our little hobby with our patrons, I think I get more done in just those two. Which this session is only once a month, because usually we're doing like our new style live chat, right. And then of course on Saturdays, once a week. I feel like I get more done during those two sessions than I do throughout most weeks of hobbying. Something about sitting down while other people are also hobbying with you is just, it's motivating, and it doesn't feel like it doesn't feel as much like a slug when you're just chipping away at stuff,
Right. It's amazing how fast the night goes, though. I mean, you're like, oh my God, 11 o'clock?
Agreed. Atlas says, I can't make out what y'all are saying. My late brain is coming up with some interesting filter for what I can't make out. I heard Freak say something about a noise coming from a hole. He said just normal. Oh, I think that's when you were talking about us on the stripper pole and people gagging.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that happened. Yeah, that happened.
He said, just ignore me.
Can't ignore you, brother.
Man, I was about to say, man, I go through a lot of this Basilicanum Gray. It must be really good contrast. Then I remember that I spilled like half a bottle. It is a good contrast, though. Okay, after a couple of mistakes, of course, I've done these heat bloom effects a million times, but because I'm live on stream with everybody else right now, after a million mistakes, I think my heat blooms are looking pretty good. Freak, check it out.
Oh shoot! I didn't. Thought my brush hit something, and I hope it didn't. Okay.
I hate when that happens.
Yeah. Okay, we're good. All right. Okay. Oh yeah. Oh, that looks really good. Oh, that looks really good. Yeah.
You know, it's funny. It's what are we? We've been hobbying for about 2 hours now, and I've just added a little detail to my silver pipes back here. Well, that's not true. I've gotten my base browns down for all my gold trim, and on a Chaplain, there's a lot of freaking gold trim. No coins, please. Yeah, that's definitely. I mean, you know, we're not.
Yeah. We actually wear signs. I mean, yeah, besides our tie, we've been wearing these little signs on our chests. Please, no coins.
That's not true. You know us. We're accustomed to being pelted by porters.
We are. I know. It just still hurts. You know, and when you got quarter-sized welts on your body, you know.
I would rather be pelted by the coins. It's just it's demoralizing when you're dancing and there's no money coming.
That's true. That you know what that is true. You're right, man. I need to be grateful. I do, because it's really tiring.
Joe says, "Lol, coming into this with no context." I think those are most of our conversations. Wow, this conversation with no context.
Yep, pretty much.
That's how we do, baby. Aw, the rest of my top of the morning is gone. That was the last.
Top of the morning to you. Not so
I don't know if it's a psychological effect. I don't know if Top of the Morning is my favorite coffee because I love that it comes from Jacksepticeye, or if it's just genuinely good coffee and I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, a little bit of both. I've tried it. I liked it.
Sometimes you just got to go in raw without context. That's half this show.
Yeah, that's probably more than half. Full damn show.
Brack the War Boss says, "Wow, you guys still on for at least for another half hour, baby." We do got a UK show in the morning, so we will be wrapping up right at the crack of 11. And this week, because we do have a morning show, I'm going to be hanging out with one of our patrons for a little bit after the show. Because that's one of the things we offer is some hobby hangout time. We'll be getting him online, chatting on our little Discord type thing. Getting in a little extra hobby before bed. But for the most part, yeah, that's us. All right, while I let the bike dry, man, it's a good thing that we're doing a hobby hangout tonight, and I'm hanging out with our man Meeks tonight because the next thing coming up on this bike is freaking edge highlighting, man.
Ooh, favorite thing.
My favorite thing. I haven't tried Jacksepticeye's coffee, but good coffee's good coffee. You right? I really enjoy Top of the Morning. And me, Darklight, and Freak all came to the same kind of conclusion. It's really good because it manages to be dark and rich without being bitter whatsoever.
Yep.
I do wish, and this is not a complaint of the coffee, this is a complaint of my French press. It's the little mesh filter is starting to wear out and warp a little bit. And so I'm getting more powdery grinds at the bottom of my cup now. But that's me brewing it. That's my coffee maker. It's not necessarily the coffee. So, and of course, I don't have to get every little drop out of the cup, but that's, I always toss back that last swig. I might give it a shot. Homie needs to sponsor you. That would be so cool. A Jacksepticeye sponsorship from top of the morning.
Could you imagine Jacksepticeye kind of gives a little shout-out plug, just for plugging his coffee? All these crazy guys out there, they're wow, I just sounded like freaking...
you sounded like Lucky Charms, for sure.
I did, yeah. I won't do
and
that
now,
again.
Not that it was ever going to happen, but now we can be sure.
We have guaranteed it will never happen. So, anyway, Jack, if you hear this, sorry. Come back to our non-existence. It really exists.
I don't know about Jack, and of course, I find it possibly unlikely, but Markiplier likes Warhammer.
Yes, he does.
In fact, in a couple of his episodes of Hoodies Honest, he talks about how Space Marines need to be a better proportion. It's funny, but yeah, that would be super cool if we had some of the Let's Play giants that we love sponsoring us. Yeah, especially if it were the coffee company aspect, because you know how much we love coffee, man.
Oh my god, yeah.
And I was joking about your Irish. We've already established that my Irish always sounds like a pirate. That's the two modes of Irish that we have, is Lucky Charms and pirate.
Yep.
The odds say to me we might not be that good at this.
This is true. We should do that on our next Chippendales. Just go in as a pirate and someone dress up as Lucky Charms.
I mean, I guess it's with the was it rule 40 something? It's got to be somebody's fetish out there somewhere.
Absolutely.
Was it 43? 34? See, there I go being dyslexic again.
Somebody out there's got to appreciate it.
Also, how do we go from talking about coffee to somebody's Rule 34 fetish of Lucky Charms guy? Non-stop hobby here. Or as Spud always says, non-stop wargaming. Right. By the way, if you guys don't know, in the morning, 10 a.m. our U.S. Central Time, or 4 p.m. UK time, we are having an intercontinental live stream for I have returned to lurk. Ethan, my brother, good to see you. We're having one of our intercontinental live streams in the morning. Like I said, 4 p.m. UK time. I've decided, we used to call it the UK friendly live stream, but I've decided to stop calling it that, and Freak, thankfully, green-lighted me. Was it this morning, yesterday, something? He approved it because I was like, hey, we've got friends everywhere now. We got some friends like Heinrich Botha in South America, or Dave in Spain. We've got friends all over the place. It's more than just the UK. This is our chance to hang out with our friends all across the pond. So now we are your intercontinental champions, Frost and Fists. Anyways.
I like that. I like it. We're going to have to use that intro too.
Good night, Joe, my man. I'm still here. I didn't think about my phrasing. Have to see if I can make it Australia. Oh, yeah, it's going to be... See, whereas this is like lunchtime for you, I think our Across the Pond show, our Intercontinental show, may not work out super great for our friends in Australia, which we're getting a nice little collection of friends in Australia. We got G in Australia. We got Brack the War Boss. We got the Weather Pig, Kaiju Shorts, and the Pale Orc. We got quite a few friends in Australia. I'm digging it, man.
Were you seriously just clapping as you were making every syllable?
I was smacking this box with my paintbrush. I was throwing the gauntlet.
What is it?
Speaking of the gauntlet, we have Spud himself coming on tomorrow's show.
I can't wait.
The Wargamer Spud, the Wargamer Viking, so many names. Before I go, I was listening to when you were all getting on, when y'all were getting on next. I just need to say, Methos, you licked that brush like 6 times in just the run. Oh yeah, if anyone's still playing the drinking game where somebody takes a shot every time I lick my brush, you dead at this point.
Yeah, pretty much. You definitely have alcohol poisoning.
Apparently over there right now it's 3 p.m. Cool. Put the brush down. It's not healthy. I am a loud and proud brush licker. I still need to buy my Gamecraft Dragon brush licker shirt. Oh, hey, that's something I can put on my birthday list for Lily and the fam. What did I do with my Retributor Gold? Aha. Does the brush taste different depending on the paint? Yes. Most Vallejos are actually pretty good, but Vallejo Surface Primer is awful. It is one of the worst things I've ever put in my mouth, but strangely not the worst I've ever done. When we were doing the 3-color challenge, Freak and I were doing a hangout like this, only without the live stream. We were just on a hangout with our little app here. And so because the challenge that Spud had put out was 3 colors plus black, that included any kind of washes. So what I did was I made black one of my colors, and I used some future floor polish to create my own cheap wash. And that sounded very wrong. Oh, that's not the worst thing I put in my mouth. Okay,
yeah,
you're right.
I was just like,
I don't know how I didn't catch that.
Oh,
anyways, I used some future floor polish, and made my own wash. And then I forgot what I was doing with my paintbrush. I forgot that the floor polish was still on my brush. And Freak and I got I don't even remember what we were talking about, but I remember I got very involved in the conversation, and I stopped paying attention. And he asked me a question, and I stopped to think about it. And just without thinking, I put my brush in my mouth while I was thinking. And immediately the floor polish started to burn in my mouth. And I realized that mistakes were made, and I've made poor life decisions up to this point. Good times.
Absolutely.
Paint with food flavors, we could make millions. Oh man, that actually is $1 million idea. Man, can you imagine if we made an acrylic line that was as high quality as Vallejo paints, but with food flavors?
Oh my god, dude. Nobody would get any painting done. They'll be eating the paint.
Brush lickers all over. Dude, we could have their business.
Right? Do a brush licker. Now you have a reason to lick. You have them alcohol flavors though, you know what I'm saying?
5 brush lickers, 4 brush lickers.
Yeah, seriously, we should have them like alcoholic flavors.
I mean, if you're buying, what is it, Tamiya colors, it already tastes like straight alcohol.
Right?
Oh yeah, that's another thing. That's another brand that's got its own flavor. Dude, I still have PTSD from sweet scented markers from school. Yes! I remember also being a kid at school And like, oh man, these markers smell so good. Yes, they do not taste like they smell. Freak, did you ever... Wait, not silly. I'm sure you did.
What?
Taste scented markers?
Oh, yeah. I did.
I'm sure that's part of what's wrong with us now.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, come on. I'm at the age where, and I think Brian, Mini Warmut, will probably remember this too, when they used to have the, what do they call them? It was not the Xerox. But they were Ditto. They would call them Ditto machine, and they were hand printed Ditto machines. Basically, you make copies, and the teacher would go and have a master, and they have this huge drum, and they would turn it, and it would create additional copies from the master. Well, the thing is, it used this ink. And then when the teacher would return, it was this bluish, purplish ink, and you could smell it. It was so strong, the chemical. Every kid there would just grab the paper, go, just everyone. That was a thing. Like, God, I don't know how I have brain damage from that.
I wouldn't say we don't.
Back in the day.
Freak, that's seriously a universal story. I don't think I was around for Ditto machines, but I do remember liking the smell of the dot matrix printer stuff too. I don't know if it's a similar smell. Also, every time you describe the old Ditto machines to me too, I think of like the Colonial printing press.
Not that old, damn it.
I'm just telling you what the story reminds me of.
Back when John Quincy Adams was trying to invent the printing press, you know. Oh, I just sound like James Foley.
You know, they always say that whatever you do, your kids will do back to you threefold.
Oh, God, yes.
So, my kiddos have grown up listening to me harass you about your age.
True.
Guess what they do to me all the time? Pretty sure you paid them off at some point.
Hey, money well spent, my man. And they're good at it.
Mm-hmm. Alira says with like the most like sadistic tone, does that make you feel old, Dad? Get out of here. Go to your room. You're grounded.
Why, yes. A now ancient.
I am now ancient. Which is how old you're going to be by the time you're out of being grounded.
Oh, damn.
I posted something like used a meme generator, and it was Cup from Transformers. And Cup he's from this already by itself is part of the statement. Cup is a character from the like 80s Transformers movie, the animated movie from the original Generation 1 Transformers. And Cup is the old man character. And everything he does is, you know, kind of based on one of his old war story experiences where he's got an experience for everything. And he's a little jaded by some of the things the younger Autobots and stuff like that do in the movie. And I posted a little meme I made during one of the Transformer anniversaries of the movie, because I watched that 80s Transformers movie like almost every year around my birthday. I used to be able to quote it flawlessly. And oh my God. Thank you, Beast and Brushes. I'm not sure I needed that. I'll read that in just a second. Anyways, what I did was I made the meme that said, it's Hot Rod, the young, impulsive hero of the story, and the older mentor, Cup, who's constantly, the Hot Rod constantly gets on his nerves. And I said, midlife crisis for us nerds is when you realize you actually identify more with Cup than you do Hot Rod. And I was like, ugh. And I realized that more and more now. I'm like, oh man, because you know how we do on this show. Got a story for everything.
Pretty much.
And my wife always jokes about how the main thing we do when we have group get-togethers is that, some of us guys will get together and start, nostalgically talking about stories of when we were younger. And I'm like, hey, that's accurate.
Back in the old days.
So what Beast and Brushes just said is, how do you explain to your kids that Back to the Future 2 is now actually the past?
Wow.
I'd never thought of that before.
Yeah,
that's almost painful.
That's quite upsetting. Really thought of it that way.
That is something else. And you know what? Actually, hoverboards are kind of a thing now. They're not mass produced at this point, but I don't know why, but I just forgot scale for a second there. I was looking at this little set of skull and bones in the center of the chaplain's chest, and I was, for a second, just a second there, I was like, I need to look if I need to paint that up bone color or gold color for the trim. I'm like, is that real bone? And then I realized that the size of the skull is really smaller than the palm of his hand. And I'm like, wait a minute. That was definitely a late night thought. Oh, but it's still bone color on the box, so bone color it shall be. I think I'm doing some of this gold trim now just to put off doing all the edge highlighting.
Really hate doing edge highlighting.
Yeah, but when you've got a nice black model like this amazing Primaris Chaplain, I guess I could not edge highlight, but it's such a cool piece. I just want to edge highlight it. I don't want to do it, but I want the results of edge highlighting. Yeah, it hurts if you think about it too much. Yeah, where's our flying cars and stuff like that?
Yeah, we've been disenfranchised.
That actually came out really, really nicely. I'm not even sure I want to wash that because it's already kind of naturally shaded. There's two things I think that are going to take the longest on this model is A, edge highlighting all the edges so that way the black armor pops. And then B, I think the other thing that's going to take forever is that this chaplain has a ton of gold armor on him. I mean, like not like gold armor, but like gold trim on his armor.
Right.
And just trying to be careful with the black, I think. Well, actually, is a fair point. If I go do all my highlights, then I'm going to be afraid to paint the gold on. So actually, maybe I should do all the gold accents before I do the black. So if I need to cover it up with just some black paint, it won't be a big deal. Good thinking, Freak. Good thinking. I'm glad. A mistake was made at some point and we split the timeline. Great Scott! And no joke, we're living in the Mad Max timeline, except it's passive aggressive. Instead of leather, we got drop crotch pants. Motorcycle priests are the best, yes! When I saw how almost Marvel Ghost Rider this thing looked, I just knew I had to have one. And my lovely Lily hooked me up with one for our anniversary. She is so awesome.
She is indeed.
She asked me to do a birthday list, and I was like, babe, I don't mean to be one-dimensional here, but I'm really having trouble of anything non-Warhammer related to put on my birthday list here. She was very cool about it, though. All right, we are getting some of that dead silence we're not supposed to have. What step are you on with your priest there, Freak?
Oh, right now, okay. So I've already layered. Let me see. Get some. So far, and this is really bad because everything is blue. But I'm pretty much all the base coating's done. I started out his pelt. Starting from black, and I'm going to work the edges to kind of give it a little depth. So right now, I'm just doing a little work. Slowly but surely.
And just blocking in the color, man, it really is starting to come together already.
Oh yeah.
Methos just drink it straight from the bottle already.
Yeah, they're really hammering you on about that, huh? About the old sucking down on the brushes. I mean, some may even expect you might have a problem. You can imagine our Frost and Fist family doing an intervention on Methos. Methos. My name is Brian. Vinny Warmutt. And I want to tell you that we care so much about you. Feel like you're killing yourself with all this brush licking.
Actually, I was watching one of Miniac's videos, and Miniac apparently he had enough people in his comment section commenting about his brush licking and the health problems of that eating paint can cause and whatnot. And he got flooded with so many of those comments that his wife grew concerned for his health and made him stop. Not made, but asked him to stop his brush licking.
Oh.
Which is, I mean, awesome that she cares so much about him, but Also, man, that's deep. One of my viewers, babe, just told me, Methos, just drink it straight from the pot already. Shots. You know, GW pot's like a little shot glass, right?
You know you're not supposed to be doing shots, right?
That's right. The diabetes. I'm not supposed to have shots of alcohol.
Right? I mean,
never said anything about not doing shots of acrylic.
Exactly. Big difference. So back off, sister.
Brush licking is the easiest way to keep the tip. That's why I do it. Well, that's originally why I do it. Now it's like habit. But I remove the excess paint from the tip, and it always comes back out into a perfect point.
So many loaded things in that statement.
Spookwagon, the Great. It doesn't count if it's Agrax Earthshade. There you go. Ugh. Delicious. When he did the paint connoisseur video, oh yeah, that was awesome. Actually, I really enjoyed that paint connoisseur video. He did a video, back to Miniac, did a video of, can I tell if this is a cheap acrylic paint or a artist grade acrylic paint from a just a taste test. Yeah, and actually he was actually pretty good at it. He had either 100% or close to 100% guess rate. It was crazy. And he did it all in the style, because Miniac is good for skits. And he did it entirely in a style of like a taste tester, like an artsy fartsy kind of like wine tester.
Nice.
It was pretty good. Yeah, it was pretty ridiculous, but it was funny as heck. Somebody should make a Dare commercial about licking the brush. This is your brain. This is your brain on acrylic paint.
Any questions? No, you can't because it's dead.
The side effects of what your brain is like on acrylic paint is us doing a Frosted Fish show. Being our goofy selves.
Yeah, kids. Pretty much start to live in a van down by the river. Do it. Stay in school.
What is your least favorite paint flavor? Without the exception of the time that I made my own wash of Future floor polish, I would say it has to be the Leho Surface Primer for sure. I remember Sam Lenz saying, I didn't look like this before I started licking my brush. Sam Lenz looks like a cool guy, so that's only going to make me want to lick my brush even more.
Pretty bad when you start looking like a meth head after licking so much brush. Why does he look like he's on meth? Oh, just paintbrushes.
It's some throwback to an Ask an Expert Uncle Adam video. Yeah, he's awesome. Yeah, Sam Lenz. I am a bit of a fanboy for Sam Lenz. I think he's actually really, really awesome. I would say my 3 hobby heroes I would most like to be like is, like a long-term work my way up to kind of goal. Sam Lens, and that's if I ever decided to go the display route, which honestly, I'm an army painter. I don't really have any desire to chase the ability to paint, a golden demon, but it would be cool. But yeah, Sam Lens, Kenny Boucher, who I think I would most like to emulate his painting style. And then L Station, because actually, I'd have to tie L Station and Grumpy for the same reason. Both of them have the ability to just churn out entire armies in mind-blowing amounts of time. Something I'm going to show you during Art of the Week tomorrow, Freak. This man painted up, like, I think it was 160 or something like that models of an army in just 3 days.
Oh my god.
Like, mythical...
Grumpy or Elston?
That was Elston.
Oh.
Vince is amazing. His painting style is absolutely incredible. And Vince is very, very, very professional. And he's almost... Vince is definitely an amazing painter. I prefer those other four that I mentioned, but absolutely Vince is a phenomenal painter and very educational. Exactly. Educational. He definitely comes across as a real teacher for sure. Rob from the Miniatures Paintbrush, also very educational, great teacher. I like Rob a little more than Vince, purely because he's not only educational and informational, but has a little bit more of a showmanship kind of edge to it.
Yeah, and he's a teacher by trade, so he's got the...
That's true. Although, to be fair, I don't know what Vince does, so I don't know if it's the same case or not. But
no, but I do know what
Rob does.
Rob does.
Yeah, and it's funny because he's a Spanish teacher. I really feel like he missed his calling. Could have been a phenomenal art teacher.
Oh, absolutely.
Told him before that, man, if an art teacher position comes open, man, you should really consider combining, your passion and your profession. I don't know Elstonation. How do I find him? That's a great question, Joe. Elstonation can actually be found down in our description as one of our Chilling Network brothers.
Or we put a signal, and you'll come running.
Yeah, he actually tends to jump in the chat here towards the end of the show.
Yep, right when we're signing out. Like, hey guys, oh god.
Elstonation is also one of the Chilling Wargamers. So he's actually in 2 channels down in the link below. Followed and ding the bell. We'll check him out. Nice. I want to check out his newest video, which is a video where he paints Venom from Marvel Crisis Protocol. And Venom, growing up, was always one of my favorite comic characters from the Marvel side. I remember absolutely loving loving Maximum Carnage growing up. I had Maximum Carnage comic books. I had Maximum Carnage on the Sega Genesis as a video game. Which, by the way, is one of those games that playing as a kiddo, played it all the time, could make it to the final boss almost every time. Tried playing it as an adult. I suck as an adult. I had so much muscle memory as a kiddo.
You have your old keyboard before you put your pretty...
I think I chucked it because it wasn't working. What's wrong?
Oh, she just needs the keyboard for... Here, I'll see if I can help.
But, yes, I mean, so Venom from who was in the Maximum Carnage series always has been one of my favorites as, kind of the bigger, buffer, more hardcore kind of Spider-Man. And so I'm really excited to watch his video of him painting Venom, especially, and I haven't seen it, so I don't know if he pulls it off, but the Venom is covered with like this alien substance called the symbiote, which in the comic books and the video games was always represented as like this swirling mass of like black and blue and sometimes violet colors, like really dark colors. But it was always like a colorful black, like I said, that swirling kind of mixed in blue kind of thing. And I'm really, really interested to see how Elstnation painted him up. Because, absolutely, and there's nothing wrong with someone who does, but absolutely, somebody could prime Venom black, paint the details, and say that's done. But we all know Elstnation's going to do the most, right? So I'm really interested to see how he pulls it off. Man, I completed Crash Bandicoot 4, and my patience isn't what it used to be. Oh yeah. Trying to play old games as an adult, which I find just doesn't go as well as it used to. Yeah, I'm a big Spider-Man fan. I love Stan Lee originals. Very cool. Did you like the Venom movie? Honestly, I missed it. I haven't watched it. It's one of those things I kept saying, like, honestly, I've fallen behind on a lot of superhero movies, and I think it's just because I don't watch as many movies lately. And that's one of the ones I haven't gotten around to watching. I need to see it because I heard it's good.
Yeah. One of my favorite actors who plays him.
I feel like I wasn't familiar with him when the movie came out.
Yeah, if you've watched Inception, then
I have not seen Inception.
He was also in The Warrior.
I'm still not familiar.
Great MMA film.
Guys, I know I haven't seen it. That's a big dropped ball on my end. It's not bad, but a little bit disappointing. Okay, I'm gonna have to check it out. Worth watching. Actor's awesome. He was also Bane too. Okay, yes, I liked Bane.
Yes, he was Bane.
Oh, Tom Hardy. Okay.
Yep.
Tom Hardy. I guess I just didn't recognize him. Without the face mask.
Oh, he's a great actor.
You're a great actor. Guys, before we go for the evening, because we just realized we've passed the 11 o'clock mark.
Is it already?
Oh, I know, tonight really flew by.
God.
I do want to point out that our man, G the Hyper Sapien, there in the comments, is sitting on 191 subs, so close to 200. Guys, it would be so awesome if we could get some of these amazing people here to go click that subscribe button, show G the Hyper Sapien a little love. You're going to find out some awesome orc content there, some cool unboxings that are really in-depth, a very, very professional look and review of the kits. And you're also going to find out that he's got some cool chaos stuff going on too for Age of Sigmar and Slaves to Darkness. So,
oh man, yeah, please, let's just get him up there, guys. Go say hi, visit him, subscribe, hit the bell. Love.
Absolutely.
I can't believe it's already that time. Dude, I'm like getting into this.
which channel is G on? G, it's right there. Just can type it in, G the Hyper Sapien, and you will find it in the YouTube search engine. In fact, you know what? I forgot. I'm a mod on this channel. I can just copy it over. And y'all can click on it. Bada bing. There we go. Show our brother some love. You know who's really, really just, I mean, unstoppable right now? Remember, it was just a couple weeks ago. Our brother, the Pickle Jar, was at a milestone for like 600. And already, I think he's just past 7. This guy's just flying by. Oh, right. I'm sorry for everyone's ears. I just smacked my microphone.
Not bad.
Keep those. Don't do that.
I am sorry for everyone's ears just now.
Don't do that, Boblard.
Hey, me, don't do that. Yeah, he's on 725, and we were just talking about trying to get this guy up to 600 just a couple weeks ago. This guy is absolutely killing it.
Awesome.
Killing it. Kudos. Big kudos. Getting some error with the links, but I'm going to search them out. Oh, man. But yeah, it's cool because, you know, it's one of those things that, like I said, we were just talking about it. It's so cool to just see him really, really just absolutely smashing it. And I think it's just because he does, I mean, honestly, high quality tutorials. He's good. He did one the other day where he was using contrast on a big vehicle, a Land Raider. And his thumbnail said, GW said I couldn't do this. And it was, of course, you know, painting a big flat surface like a Land Raider with contrast paints. And the video was fine. You know, people who actually clicked and watched the video, you know, enjoyed it. But when he posted it up in some Facebook groups, man, the internet lost their mind on the clickbaity title. It was kind of funny, actually.
Gave him grief about it?
Yeah, I mean, one Facebook group in particular gave him a ton of grief. But what was really cool is that our Chilling Network brothers like Spud and Elstadation actually went to bat for him, and even Luke's APS, who's just a giant in our little hobby corner with his own, you know, play button. Right. Play button status, brother. Man, what if we got to that level one day? But yeah, all went to bat for him, so it was kind of cool. But, you know, I mean, it caused a little drama, but you know what they say, controversy creates cash. And while we've talked about people like you know, Spiky Bits or Yams or whatever who are intentionally, like, you know, out to cause chaos and drama and get the clicks and views and stuff like that. I mean, this was fairly innocent, you know, just a naming of the thumbnail in an attention grabbing way, and caused some controversy and drama. But hey, it's probably one of his most viewed tutorials now, you know.
Right.
It's funny. I don't mind when it's done in an innocent way like that. Yeah. I mean, it's not like, you know, the article that you know, Battle Scribe hit with lawsuits and stuff like that. Yeah. You know, where it's like you can actually almost harmful kind of publicity, you know.
Right.
Man, I'm pretty chuffed with the way this chaplain is coming along. Like I said, I'm gonna do a little more hobby tonight with Meeks, my man. But after that, I'll put some pictures up on the Instagrams of our progress. If you want to chuck some pictures up of your progress too, I think that'd be cool. Just kind of show what we've all done together tonight.
I'm really getting a kick out of the wolf overhead.
Oh yeah, I love that little wolf head cowl on Nyal. It's pretty awesome. I like that on Logan Grimnar too. We got to get you a Santa sled one day for your wolves. Oh, cool.
Oh, this. That's my phone.
His was correct, actually. As they said, don't use contrast on flat surfaces. Exactly. They said it's not ideal or designed for those flat surfaces. But, to their credit, they did eventually put out a tutorial with, I think, Peachy or someone that's like, this is how you could use contrast on a vehicle. They did eventually put one out. But when they first put it out, it said it is less ideal for the big flat surfaces, which is one of the things I think we've all said at some point or another when talking about contrast. So, I mean, it was not entirely incorrect, but actually, for anyone who does watch the video, he actually references that GW did actually eventually come out and do a tutorial on if you are going to use it for vehicles, this is kind of how you go about it. He references that in his video, but just I think some people saw the clickbait title and just lost their friggin' minds. It's funny. Because like a couple of people were like, this is just another YouTuber who's trying to make money off of their video. It's like, I mean, if somebody is putting in the work to support their hobby, I mean, why not? But B, I mean, he doesn't have 1,000 subs. He doesn't have, 200,000 watch minutes or whatever. Right. So he's not getting any money from it. And even if they did, the average 10-minute video, even if you get tons of views on it, the revenue is going to pull from that. It would have been, not very much. That people, I think, really overestimate that kind of ad revenue you get from YouTube videos, unless you're a media giant like Markiplier, PewDiePie, Jack.
Right.
And I think those things really make a difference. Just coffee stains, they say. Absolutely. If you allow contrast paints to pool on a flat surface, you will definitely get a kind of a mottled effect. But some people really manage to take it like pickle jar, manage to make it work. And actually, one thing that really impressed Freak one day was he saw somebody's really beautifully painted Imperial Fist, and we were all really sure how splotchy yellow contrast would be on a vehicle. But somebody actually based their entire Imperial Fist tank in, I think it was a repulsor, in contrast yellow. Of course, they went back and cleaned it up and did highlights with traditional paint. Right. But their base was all contrast.
Very well
so
done. Yep.
if you do it right, you can make it work. It just takes, and basically what Pickle Jar was saying, it takes a little more forethought and planning to make it work to do a contrast on flat surfaces like that. I find a few thin coats works on some things with contrast. Yeah, I think if you were going to do things like a Land Raider or vehicle or anything big and flat with contrast, I think that's the way to do it, is use the medium and really thin down your contrast so that way it acts less with the shrinking properties and more, as just a really thin paint. You are probably going to have to do it. Probably going to be like a glorified glaze at that point, but you'll probably get the color you want as long as it's over a lighter surface.
Right.
I posted my base on Chilling Wargamers page for you to take a look at. Now, Freak is actually at his hobby desk right now, so we won't be able to pull it up on the stream right this minute, but we definitely can show it off for Art of the Week in the morning. Chilling. Worked on this base one. This Legends Frosted Fists. Very nice.
What, baby?
Still more work, though. Man, that is a great looking kind of forest or jungle-y kind of base. Really cool. Really cool. And that's for your Chaos Lord?
I'm coming, baby. Oh my gosh. Calling me. You hear her?
Your pupper?
Yeah. Baby.
Dad, it's bedtime.
No, don't
She
scratch
went
the
for
door,
the door?
baby. Don't scratch the door.
Yeah, freaking Commander has claw marks all over my front door. That's a deposit I'm not getting back.
Yeah.
But she's cute, so. Yeah, it's for Chaos. I still want it to look like it's a bit burnt and has some fiery bits to it. Nice.
Coming, Marley.
That pupper has been separated from her daddy for too long. Too long, she says. Dude, I am really, really stoked for our morning show with Spud, man. We have been trying to get a show in with Spud for a while, and we just keep missing each other. And this is going to be great.
Absolutely. So I just based did my basing for the wolf pelt. It's got a fox look, but I'm gonna tone it down. It's gonna look really good, man.
You're gonna look really good.
Yeah, I posted it on Calling All Wolf Lord.
Oh, very cool, brother. That looks really good.
I gotta gray it down, but okay.
You mind if I chuck it up on the Instagrams this evening?
Right ahead.
So our friends here can see what we've done tonight. Doggos are love. I have 4 and a cat. Nice. I've only got 1 doggo. My first one that I've been waiting for 10 years for. But she is definitely my sweetie. And then we've got 3 cats. Well, we have 2.5 cats.
Doing that. Coming, Marley. Stop being fussy.
Can see the dog doing puppy eyes in the back. Nice.
Can y'all see her? Or fussing.
Yeah, you hear that, Stones? You're half a cat.
He's not.
That's funny.
You're just in your feelings because he doesn't like you right now.
I don't. He's So he's a wild outdoor cat that we adopted because he was friendly. We in addition to having the pets inside, we feed the neighborhood strays out here and like not quite adopted them, but we spend time with them. We feed them, and one got a really, really rare form of the mange, and it started crystallizing and crusting all over his face and various parts of the body, and he started getting really scaly, and the parasites in his skin from the mange were eating his nutrients faster than he could eat. So even though he kept eating, he was almost skeletal by the time we brought him in. So we saved him. We took turns trying to catch him. And eventually we got him. We put him in the cat carrier. We took him to the vet and said, do what you can for him. We'll pay for it. And they They found out what it was. They got us the medicines to cure him. They said, if you want him to live through this, you got to quarantine him. He can't go outside where there are other insects and pests and stuff like that anymore. So he had to live with us for 3 weeks while the medicine worked. 3 to 6 weeks, they said. And so, which I ended up being closer to 5 by the time like the medicine really worked. And eventually he got better. He looks, I mean, he's a healthy cat now, a little chunky because he's still wild. He still is afraid of everything but Lily and spends 90% of his day either hiding under the girl's dresser or eating. That's literally its only 2 activities. It lives under the dresser. Anyways, he was super nice to us when he was an outside cat, but now he's scared of everything living in here. And, he seemed to like... He's kind of adopted out of coincidence because now at this point, we've spent like $400 on him or more in saving him.
A fist fight in the bathroom?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And so we've spent more than $400 on him, and he got registered in the city's name. With the city under my name because they gave him the rabies treatment and stuff there and listed me as the owner. So I on paper, I legally own this cat now. And now we don't get along. Well, it's not we don't get along. He's very skittish and he doesn't. It's not like he attempts to hiss at me or hurt me or anything like that. But Marley baby in the background.
See her? I know. I'm gonna let her in.
But yeah, it's not that we don't get along. It's just that I just want the cat to be friendly, a friendly cat, so I can pet it and let it love on me and stuff like that. Joe has 2 ferals. They just need time. Yeah, I'm sure Stones will get there. We have another one that was a feral out there we adopted. Her name's Palico because she's Calico, and we play Monster Hunter, which has cats in the game called Palicos. And she came in, and I thought she was going to need a lot of time. And like within a month or so, she was an immediate sweetheart. And I mean, she absolutely loves us to death, lets all of us pet her. This one just seems to need 10 times the amount of time. We adopted him at the beginning of June when we saved him.
Also, when he was an outside cat, there was another cat out there that the 2 of them were always together. They were like possibly a bonded pair, and since they're currently separated, that could also be affecting him negatively. Anytime
I say he's a jerk, she finds a reason that you should give him another chance.
You should.
No, he's just a jerk cat.
You're a jerk. You're not even a jerk cat. You're just a jerk.
That's how he's half a cat, because my other cats are amazing, and that one's a jerk cat. So, by comparison, he's half a cat.
Does that make you half a husband?
Or do you have other husbands to compare me to?
Wow.
X1, and you are far better in every single way.
If I keep picking on your cat, I might be working my way up to the X now. Oh, man.
So this is my half a cat. Oh, here's my half a husband.
Joe says, to your point, 100% that could be it. They get weird separation. Our 2 ferals follow each other around the house. Yeah. And actually like the other one better. We intended to adopt him first. However, this one knocking on death's door kind of made that decision for us. I would much rather have the other one because he's a sweet boy.
Oh, ridiculous. You barge in, barely open a door here. All right,
Marley baby.
Sweetie, oh, okay. Right.
I just need to figure out how we can make your shepherd teach my shepherd how to be that lovey and affectionate.
Oh, dude, it's to a nuisance. It really is. This is ridiculous, baby. Why do you come in here? You shed all over in my new little carpet, my rug. Baby. Oh, all right.
I had
all right.
the doctor's appointment this week, and my sweater had commander hair all over it.
Yeah.
My doctor's like, "Oh, do you have a dog or a cat?" He's like, "You've got fur all over you."
All right, Marley. Sweetheart. All right, got your back. Come on. Freaking. All right, go on. You're done.
All right, it's my bedtime. Actually, yeah. So we're probably about to call it a night here too. Have a great night, my brother. It was great hanging out with you. Actually, it was been great hanging out with all of you guys.
Hey man, hey, I got some work done, dude. I hope James starts liking this guy. Because if not, sorry.
Yeah, it's looking. I mean, even from just a base coat, it's looking amazing, dude. It's gonna be awesome.
Thanks. Hey man.
Plug one more time. If anyone is around in the morning, 10 a.m. U.S. Central Time or 4 p.m. UK time, we'd love to have you join us for our intercontinental show with Wargamers Spud. That's going to be a fun one. And guys, we really appreciate you guys spending your Friday night hanging out with us. It's the best way to start the weekend. Especially, I really love these chill hobby hangout segments. It's absolutely awesome. Freak, any closing thoughts before we wrap it up?
No, man, got really stoked on how much work we got done. Really enjoyed the conversation, always from chat, and I know it's not our typical lively, crazy, wild and woolly chat, but still, you guys make it possible for us, and really excited about tomorrow. Guys, again, please in tomorrow at 10 o'clock Central. Come check it out. Check out the Spudmeister. I'm sure I'll be spamming Chili Wargamers theme song.
Oh yeah, for those who don't know, we actually wrote the Freak wrote the Chilling Wargamers theme song.
You're the channel, yes, we did, yes. Yeah, Frost and Fist actually wrote it for him, and
pretty awesome.
Yeah, and it's fun. Actually, need to be a part of that. So, but yeah, we're excited to have the Viking on with us tomorrow. So really stoked about it. So come check us out, man. Come hang out with us. Come, get your paints and whatever. Hey, bring your questions too. I'm sure he'll like to answer some.
Oh yeah, we love. We always like to ask our guests. We do a little focus on our guests in addition to the other things, and we love when the chat asks our guests some questions too. Absolutely. So.
And if you have any submissions for your art of the week too, I'm going to start pushing those now.
Absolutely. Hit me up. Hit me up on Instagram, Facebook, and I'll make sure to save your pictures for art of the week tomorrow.
Yep, so excited, man.
If you guys like tonight's episode, please make sure that you grab up an ox and smash that like button in the name of the.
Hold on. Wait.
Drop us some comments down below and feel free to be part of any of these ridiculous conversations if you're watching, guys. And if you guys are not yet subscribed to the channel, the Freakalicious and I would love to have you as part of the pack here on the Frost and Fist. Until next time, guys, stay frosty.